Your 30s is not a destination. You are redirecting success. You are not failing. Here's the truth. Success sometimes is the quiet consistency. I know. In your 30s and things are not just adding up career-wise. And the catch is you are allowed to still be figuring it out in your 30s. Hey you, if you're in your 30s and you feel like your life is a bit messy, uncertain, and not really where you thought it would be by now, then this video is for you. Because somewhere along the way we were told that by 30s we'd have it figured out. You know, a stable career, stable relationship, financial clarity, and above all, inner peace. Right? But the truth, a lot of us are just trying, rebuilding, questioning, and simply some are starting over again. So today in this video, I want to talk about how to stay motivated in the middle of that uncertainty. So you can grab your tea, grab your popcorn, and let's do this because it is messy. Yeah? But I want you to know that your 30s is not a destination. You're actually in transition, and in your 30s is where you are unlearning things from your 20s. You are redirecting success, okay? You are even realizing that some of the dreams that you had as a young girl are actually, they were never yours in the first place. And so that can feel really, really disorienting. For real, it can be so disorienting, and that's okay. That's okay. So I just want you to know that if you ever feel stuck or left behind, okay? If you ever feel stuck or behind, you are not failing. You are evolving. Now let's talk about work, because there's so much pressure to be thriving career-wise, but also to find purpose and not just a paycheck. I don't know if you get it. You can be earning so well, but if you're not aligned with your purpose, there's something that will still be missing. So, you could be that, it could be that you are just trying to climb the ladder but still feeling unfulfilled, and this is career ladder to be particular. Or you are trying so much to grow in your space but still doesn't feel fully seen by maybe your bosses, your supervisors, your co-workers, But here's the truth, that thriving isn't always the loud success, okay? Sometimes it's the quiet consistency. I know. Sometimes it's never loud. Success sometimes is the quiet consistency, just trying your best every single day and just remaining consistent. That is success. It doesn't have to be loud. You don't have to be seen. I know there's that pressure, but you don't have to be seen. As long as you remain consistent, I always tell myself that I will always do my best every day, whether someone is seeing me or not, because I get my own fulfillment, meaning I'm aligned with my purpose. At least I try every day. Okay, so you might want to consider that. You might want to consider to remain consistent, even though it's a quiet and not so, not so much of a good thing, just remain consistent. Okay, so how do we remain motivated in such a kind of life, in your 30s, and there's a lot just adding up the rewards? How do you try to remain motivated? For me, what I do is to consider that I'm big in the progress and not perfection. Just be consistent, not perfect. Secondly, I've learned to allow myself to outgrow success. Yeah. There are days that I am at my best, there are days that I am not delivering. The goal is to always remain in my purpose, consistency, the progress, okay? And last but not least, I always remember, or you should actually always remember that your timeline is your own, okay? You should at least remember that your timeline is your own, not mine, not hers. We are all unique, so work with your own timeline to avoid pressure. And the catch is that you should know that you are allowed to still be figuring it out in your 30s right now. That's fine, okay? Now let's talk about the third point, work-life balance, or simply the lack of it. And I know it's ironical because balance itself sounds really, really beautiful, but the reality of it is, it often feels like you're juggling chaos, so chaotic. And so you realize that we got work demands, we have personal goals, research, there is a social life that everyone would want to have, but is it practical on your end? Myself, sometimes, like in the past week, I've been working for a straight 7 day. That is the whole week, literally. And then when you are done, when you're finally supposed to rest, you're too tired to mingle, too tired to socialize. Like, you've maxed your social battery, okay? You've maxed your social battery and you don't want any more form of interaction or even a phone call. I simply don't want that, and that's not good. Yeah, that's not good. What's interesting is that in the middle of all this, sometimes one takes over the other. Let's say your work precedes your social life, or the vice versa. But most of the time, because we really want to protect our jobs and everything, you find that you are more consumed at work or with work than the social aspect. And remember, human beings, we are social in nature. We are social beings by nature. So how do we go about that? Have you ever asked yourself, how do we go about that? So I've learned a few things to cope with a situation, that instead of trying to chase perfect balance, why don't you think of one alignment, okay, alignment to who you are, your purpose, and everything. You can also ask yourself these two questions. Number one is, what really needs more of me in this season? Is it work or is it the other? And focus on that. Second is, what can I release even temporarily? Can you forgo some things? Can you shut down your computer for just some hours and focus on, let's say, your family or your friends somewhere, or attend to some social family phone call gathering and catch up? Ask yourself those questions, and then I believe you'll kind of get some clarity on the way forward. And just to let you know that motivation starts when you stop trying to do everything at once. Okay? Clutter yourself. Like, group them. What is important? What can I keep aside? What can wait? What is more of a priority in this time? And then focus on that. And to just start doing what really matters, what actually matters right now. That's where your focus and energy should go. At least for me, that's so practical. I've learned to release and let go. I always just say, release me. If I cannot handle it without pressure and anxiety, I'm like, nah, you can wait. Okay? So I've tried, and those are some of the practical ways that I'm trying. I'm still not there because I say we are evolving. So I'm also in the learning, but at least those are some of the areas how I try to just bring a balance in the middle of the chaos. Yeah? How about your side? Tell me. So now, I want us to talk about friendships and relationships. And I know that this can be heavy, but friendships do change. Okay? Some will drift, some will deepen, but some will end. That is friendship. And relationships, these ones, they come with a lot of questions. They come with a lot of questions in your 30s. And you find yourself asking or wanting to know that, is this person that I'm dating or in a relationship with really the one aligned with my future? You know, very important question, and it's very valid. You know, question number 2, in your 30s, you want to question that relationship. Am I settling or growing? Am I choosing less or really growing? And those are very, very important questions. I don't know about you, but at least those 2 areas, friendships and relationship, it's not easy in the 30s, because this is the space where you really know what you want, what works for you, and all of that. So even dating you is a problem. because you cannot take less. Someone like me, I don't take less. I know literally, like, if you're not communicating properly, you're out, and all that, like that. And each one of us, I understand that we have different boundaries, we have different values and levels of the bar. The bar is so high, the bar was too low, and all that. They're different, and that's just okay. And it can as well feel very lonely in your 30s. Very lonely, I'm telling you. Either friendship wise or relationship wise. It can get very lonely if you're not careful. But here is something grounding altogether, that you should always remember that not everybody is meant to come with you into your next season. Some can remain, and that's fine. You can acquire others, and that's fine. Not everybody is meant to come with you in your next season. Okay? Like I said, this is a very heavy topic because it's like I mentioned that we are humans, we are social beings, so it directly cuts deep, and it can go either way. So be very open-minded and just allow yourself to be. Okay. And as I wind up these segments, the motivation here is not about forcing connections. No, don't force issues, darling. My girl, do not force issues. Don't force connections at all, at any given time. But instead, nurture what makes you secure, what feels real, and what is mutual. Because adulthood, there's also a big thing about mutual interactions. It's a two-way thing. So don't force issues. Don't force connections. Don't. But focus on what feels safe, what is mutual, and what is simply real. How about that? Now, I want us to talk about finances and the silent pressure. Who can relate? Finances and the silent pressure, because it comes with a lot of pressure where you are under pressure, like you're under siege. In Kenya we say I'm under siege, and the thing is money. And when we talk about money, when we call the name money, we are, or rather I automatically start thinking about savings, investments, stability, and lately, I like the way the social media is, the algorithm and all that, where that is all that comes, because that's all that is in my mind. For me, I'm a believer in manifestation. So Lately I've been looking at how do I save, how can I invest, do I even have an investment in the first place, and my financial stability. I'm telling you, it occupies 90% of my day. 90% of my brain, I think about money, stability, investment, savings, in that order. I mean, in whichever order. Okay? So there's an unspoken pressure. Really, we have an unspoken pressure to have it all sorted by now. I don't know if you felt it, but there is an unspoken pressure to have it all sorted by now in your 30s. I've shared with my friends, I've shared with my coworkers, I've had people, I've listened to podcasts. There is the unspoken pressure that by 30s you should have it financially. Yeah. But what I know, many people currently are paying off debts. Yeah. Some are starting over financially, like those who are coming from messy past financially are starting over. And third are the ones that are learning things they were never taught by nobody. Sadly, I belong in the three categories. I am paying off debts, I am starting over financially, and I am just learning things that nobody taught me. And to some extent, I have questioned that where was I born from? And it's fine, because there was no financial literacy for me growing up as a young girl, as a young lady. I simply figured it out the hard way. The hard way, believe me, the hard way. I've made very, very bad financial decisions. I have collapsed financially. I have gone to the ghetto, deep down that hole. And right now what's happening is rebuilding, restarting. I'm simply starting over, and I'm learning some things as I learn new ways to just get my independence and stability. So it's okay, my girl, when you are going through this phase, when you are doing all that. But I want you, dearest gentle reader, to cut yourself some grace, and instead of shame, why don't you focus on awareness? Instead of shame, you can focus on awareness, right? Start small, consistent steps that will matter. Look at how can you start budgeting? Can you start saving little by little? And give yourself the grace to learn as you go. And for me, I've made it upon myself that because of the future I want to have, the future that I envision or I am manifesting, I must learn financial literacy. Kabisa, financial literacy is a must, and I am already working on that. We have things like Centonomy. You can tune in, you can check Money Mondays by just Ivy. Again, a lot from those two areas, plus many others. Budgeting tool, there are so many different ones. Look for what works for you and start using that. I have one, and I have to admit it hasn't been very consistently used, but it has really taught me for the times that I started realigning my finances to learn to stick to the budget, to the latter, sticking to the budget and prioritizing what is really important and what can wait. So pole pole, you will get there. Don't be in a rush. Just try and not feel the shame. So in this segment, motivation doesn't come from having a lot, but rather it comes from feeling in control of what you do have at hand. Like they say, a bird at hand is worth 10 more in the bush. So just take that home with you. Now, ladies, let us talk about health, body, and premenopausal changes. And I want to ask you that, have you noticed or have you felt that your body in your 30s is different? Have you? Because this is wow, a lot really comes and a lot changes body wise when you are in your 30s as a woman. I don't know about gents, but I'm a lady, so I know about ladies that a lot changes, and you feel this, you feel that, you feel this, like you're all over the place. And then I'm dying. Next I'm awake. Next I'm dying again. I'm fine. That's the battle. That's the battle that I go through personally, and I feel somehow I'm already experiencing the premenopausal issues here and there. Not so much, but just a little. So yeah, we have energy shift, we have hormone changes, and things that used to work before don't always work anymore. Yeah, not anymore, not again in your 30s. And that can be really, really frustrating because you're not simply in control, whether it's premenopausal symptoms, you are going through weight fluctuations, weight gain. Yeah, I say that it's bad. There is that one that you cannot avoid. Like myself, I've gained that one for age. Okay, so we have premenopausal syndrome, we have weight fluctuations, we got fatigue, or just sometimes you're just feeling off and you don't even know what's happening. It's so frustrating, and it can be scary at the same time because you are in this state where you don't understand your body anymore. But this is your reminder, okay, that your body is not working against you. It is simply communicating. So be very nice, be very kind to yourself, and just listen to your body, and you'll be fine. So my ladies, here is the motivation to always care for and not to punish yourself because of how you're feeling or whatever is happening or not happening in your body. And remember to always move your body because you love it. Eat healthy because you know you deserve to feel good and nourished. And last but not least, rest because you are simply human. Okay? Prioritize your sleeping times. Go for morning or evening walks. You can work out in the house or go to the gym for the gym girlies. You need to control your portions and watch what you're consuming. all this, do them because you really care, not as a punishment mode, not because you want to lose weight, you want to really cut weight, so you are so hard on yourself. Understand that your body will change. It will be different by the time you're in your 30s. And remember that your body is simply communicating, and it's not, or it's never working against you. So right now, let's talk about that feeling, the feeling of being stuck. We are talking about the feeling of being stuck and anxiety. I don't know about you, but of late I've been extremely anxious. I don't want phone calls. Like, I cannot allow or tolerate more than, let's say, 3 phone calls in a day. That's already too much for me, and the 4th one is literally going to throw me off and make me anxious, and I cannot control that. So there's a lot of anxiety. There is a feeling of being just stuck in one place and not growing or moving. Okay, so this feeling, it makes you feel like your life is on pause. You feel like you should be further ahead in life, in whatever you are using as your measurements of growth, whatever, but you feel you should be further ahead in life in your 30s. You feel like everyone else is moving faster and at a high speed compared to your own movement speed, or whatever you call that. But others around you are simply moving at a high speed. They are growing, they are further ahead of you. And all this can cause anxiety, or it makes anxiety to simply creep into your brain, your body, and everything about you. And it can as well make you feel sad and, embarrassed, disappointed, ashamed, and all that, because you are looking at the world in the pace, which is fine. Up to now, it's okay to feel that way in your 30s. Those are the things that they don't say, people don't share, but it happens. That's why I'm here to talk about them, because I go through that. I feel it, you feel it, someone you know feels it, and that's why we have this community to share out and to help and support one another. So when the anxiety creeps in, you start asking yourself many questions like, what am I doing with my life? Am I running out of time? Am I doing okay? But today, as you watch this video, I just want you to take a pause, okay? Just relax. And I want you to remember this, that you are not behind, but rather you are in a phase of your life that requires patience, a lot of patience. So be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself, and just focus on you. So whenever anxiety shows up, this is what I do, and you can do it to really ground yourself to what you can control. Focus on that, okay? Number 2, learn to take one small step, not so many. Don't rush, don't jump, don't do this and that. Simply go the baby steps, one small but steady step ahead. Okay? And last but not least, remind yourself that uncertainty is not failure. Now, so motivation in this particular segment doesn't always feel or look like energy, but sometimes it feels like showing up even on the days when you are unsure. That's simple. Just show up. You don't need to have it all figured out. Don't beat yourself up. Simply show up, even in uncertainty. Because uncertainty is not failure. You get it? So after all is said and done, it's now time to explore how do we stay motivated in all of this, the messy 30s. How do we do that? And have a few practical ways that we can consider. So number one, redefine success. And I want you to make success very, very personal and make it real. Okay? Number two is to focus on the small wins. How? By remembering that big changes are made of tiny, consistent actions. Number three of how to remain motivated in the messy 30s, romanticize your life, my love. Romanticize your life. Yes, really. Just find joy in simple things. Even your morning tea, your morning run, your food, meal preps, the dress that you put on, your makeup, whatever, just romanticize your life. Really. Number four, limit comparison. By all means, stop comparing yourself with others. People will only show you highlights of themselves, not their confusion. But here you are comparing your internal confusion with their external highlights. Never compare yourself. Stop it. And number five is to give yourself grace. Extend grace to anyone, but more so start by extending that same grace to yourself. You are doing more than you think. So be very kind to yourself. And last but not least, keep going, even slowly. Because consistency beats intensity every damn time. Yeah. I hope you grab something. I hope you learn something. And I hope you resonate with this. And my ladies, if nobody or no one has told you this lately, then I want you to know that it's okay not to have it all figured out in your 30s. And it's okay to be rebuilding, redefining, and simply rediscovering yourself. And remember that you are not alone, you are not lost, and what's happening is that you are becoming. And if this resonates with you, share it with someone who might need it, who might be in the same situation wondering and questioning and feeling messed up, lost, and confused in their 30s. And I'd love to hear from you what part of your 30s feels the most uncertain right now. Drop it in the comment section. Just know that you are not alone. Bye.
Stop. I want it, I got it.